So you know one bright side to everything that's going on is that sleeping giant named Yellowstone is still sleeping. Now, for some of y'all know exactly what I mean by that. And some of y'all don't. And this may be your first time really understanding. Cool, we got y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me get the disclaimers out, all right? Check this out. You know how this goes. Question everything. You should. And remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's get to it.
Your Yellowstone volcano isn't just your original volcano. Scientists will nickname this as the continent killer. This volcano is so huge that it will cover 3 states.
Look at that map. Look how far it reaches. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Sleeping giant.
Now this volcano haven't erupted in almost 500,000 years. There's rumors out there that this volcano is gearing up and getting ready to explode. They say our skies would be black, no sunlight for 3 days. So this volcano could put us all in darkness in 1 day. And the wind will just push all this dark smoke around the atmosphere. Like they have all this stuff planned out. They are saying millions would perish. And there will be a nuclear winter. And this nuclear winter will consist of hot magma being shot up miles in the sky. And you will have scorching rocks and ashes raining back down upon the earth. They will state that if you breathe in this air, you will suffocate because this air will turn into cement inside of your lungs. Now you guys must understand that every time a volcano erupts, that means one of the ancestors is walking back on the land. And when this volcano erupts, that's one of the ancient warriors coming back. And they love us. They want us to ascend. Scientists saying millions will perish behind this volcano. But that'll never happen. When you put water, earth, fire, air together, you will get ether, which is electricity as well. And this is ether beings coming back from higher dimensions. And they only come back when we call on them. They only come back when we need them. And when they come back, they ain't playing with nobody. Like, y'all better get out the way. Now, that's a big secret going all around the world, who built the pyramids, this and that. Let me tell y'all something. The pyramids was formed by Mother Earth herself. These pyramids was reconstructed from volcanoes. We been had this knowledge, y'all. We just gotta tap in and let the volcanoes erupt. Peace and ashe, family. Hope y'all like the lecture.
Again, sleeping giant. Do you know? Like when he says it shoots up in the air or it can cause darkness for 3 days or whatever, which I think longer than that, because I think once it gets in the atmosphere, from what I've heard, it's gonna drop the temperature and pretty much send us into an ice age. So if you've never heard of the havoc that Yellowstone could wreak on all of us, check it out.
Yeah, we hug. When I say goodbye to her, we hug, like a side hug.
Okay. Let me be a little bit more specific. Your DNA went off her underwear.
What?
She deserves the truth to be told, and you know it. That's a horrible thing.
I don't even have the ability to do that.
It's really hard for me to believe, too, that you would do a thing like this.
I didn't.
But how many times have you been caught in lies?
I know.
And this is the whole reason why you're on restriction. It's because you're not telling the truth about things. If this woman deserves to have the truth, she deserves it, and you know that.
Yeah, we hug. When I say goodbye.
Hey, listen. If grandma got them to confess, these are the type of grandmas we need back around, bro. You know what I mean? Them grandmas that could just look at you and it was something inside of you that clicked and you knew, I need to tell the truth or this might be my last day here. Yeah. My grandma still strikes that fear in me and she's about to turn 90. I don't play. Are you serious? So at this point, I guess it's better for me to ask, what doesn't cause it? What does it? And the crazy part is I don't have my watch on, because some kind of way it disconnected. So I'm trying to get back into it and get it paired back with my phone, but I haven't wore it in some time now. But I gotta look more into this, man. Like at this point, I'm just like, what doesn't cause something?
Okay, it's obvious that everything we're seeing is not drones. Not every UAP, not every UFO is a drone. Not every UAP is the same thing, and some of it is man-made, and some of it is reverse engineered, and some of it is not. Some of it is NHI, and there's no doubt in my mind the footage I'm about to show you is NHI. I'm not even sure of the location. I was told it was somewhere out in Arizona. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to give you false information on that. I do want to say I believe the footage is real. I believe that these orbs are real. I believe that this is spiritual. It is supernatural. I've been knowing this for a very long time. And so let's take a look. And this is what we're looking at. What's the explanation, guys? Oh, it's birds. It's air clutter. It's trash flying around in the air. Yeah, the wind's blowing some trash around. Somebody's burning some trash, and those are embers burning. You would be really surprised. Oh, those are kites. Kites and weather balloons. We are beyond that. We are beyond that. You tell me, what's going on there? There's something going on. Okay, it's obvious.
Oh, it's definitely something going on. They just ain't told us. So we're left to figure it out. And that's what we've been down here trying to do. But you're not going to tell me that's kites or trash debris or something. No. That's not what that is. And if that's what you want to keep telling yourself, then okay, cool. Just stay far away from me, all right? Stay far away from me.
I've been scrolling on this app all day, and there are some people whose videos I'm looking at, and y'all have orbs flying around you guys. Like in y'all's rooms, wherever y'all are filming, they're just like swarming your heads, dude. I don't know if y'all have noticed this, but I'm seeing the orbs, and it is so exciting to see that. Like, they're all there. Oh, it's so good to see. The orbs are here. I've been scrolling.
That's funny that she said that, because that's how I first got introduced to orbs. Watching the horror and the scary videos and stuff like that, and watching those and the little orbs that would be around the screen before you see some type of paranormal activity or a ghost or something. You would see the orbs first. Now it's just we're seeing them in the sky. Huge, bright lights, orb. Like, we're seeing that. But don't forget about the orbs that we first learned about them in the way of paranormal activity.
This is why I tell people, do not let beautiful properties fool you, because this property has to have something deeper. First of all, look how big this thing is. There's a grand entrance with the longest driveway that I've ever seen. Look at these columns. And you have the largest foyer, and then it leads into this grand hallway, and we have the main living area. It's a beautiful property. Seems normal, right? Beautifully decorated. We have a nice little bar. Personally, I love this kitchen. Looks pretty clean, nice brand new appliances. And here we have a family room and another seating area. But this is where it starts to get a little weird. More seating, lots of seating. It's actually a pretty nice office. And this is an interesting bar. Oh, look, a movie theater. This is actually very nice. Okay, we made it to the garage. Look at all these old vintage cars. This looks like a snack bar. They really are ready for whatever. And what? There's a mini village, grand hotel, tombstone, a saloon under the house with a bar. I don't know. Here's the bathroom. I mean, and that's just like a what? And of course, there's this long driveway that leads to the basement of the home. This house is insane. So you guys gotta let me know what you think about this place. Don't forget to like, follow, comment, and
Oh, no, yeah, definitely want them elite gatherings where they come together and discuss, and you get some weird invite only that a select few people. Yeah, bro, that's one of them houses. Yeah, I wonder where that's located. He don't have the information nowhere, man. I would have loved to know where that was located. And oh, yeah. That's crazy. That's it. Yeah, that's one of them like Hollywood type of parties that you don't never want to go to.
What if I told you that there was a house in Mississippi where danger, tragedy, and secrets were all hidden within the walls? Well, it does exist, and it's believed to be one of the most haunted homes in all of Mississippi. McRaven was built in 1797 by Andrew Glass. Glass was a highwayman who used the spot to moonlight as a safe stop for travelers on the Natchez Trace. Plenty of travelers came to stay, and some never left. And yes, in that way. He and his group would then collect a cache of loot from these travelers. During a failed robbery attempt, he himself would not leave this building. He chose the wrong traveler and was severely injured. His wife then finished the job and then gave his belongings to his group to discard of his body. She later got in trouble with the law, opening up McRaven for new ownership. In the 1830s, Sheriff Stephen Howard would acquire the home. However, in the home, his 15-year-old wife, Mary Elizabeth, would unfortunately pass away during childbirth. But before he left this house, he did add an additional wing. In 1849, John H. Bob expanded the home. He eventually turned it into a Civil War hospital. The home at this time was one of the only surviving structures of the Vicksburg siege. Bob would also not leave this home. He threw a brick at the marching regiment of soldiers that were walking past, hitting one of them in the head. In retaliation, he took at least 2 shots, one in the head and one in the stomach. The Murray family was among the next notable owners, 4 of those family members not even making it out of the house as well. The last owners, Ella and Annie, let the house sit in decay until 1960. McRaven is now a preserved location that also allows tours. Many of these guests coming for the spirits and the stories. Mary Elizabeth, the 15-year-old mother, is thought to be one of the most active in the entire home. She's seen in her former bedroom, on the stairs, and throughout the property. She's also reportedly touched the bellies of people, especially expecting mothers. Andrew Glass, though, is said to bring a less pleasant experience. He's said to make loud noises, whisper, and throw things around. John Bob is thought to hang around the veranda with the smell of cigar smoke alerting his presence. His wife has also been noted in the vicinity with the smell of roses following her. And the Murrays can be heard walking and talking throughout the home. 2 young boys are reportedly seen throughout McRaven and are also said to touch people's backs. Piano music is constantly heard and soldiers are seen marching on the grounds at times. And even if you don't believe, McRaven is a place where the past still lingers. What if I told you that there was a house in Mississippi?
So this is the way I'm gonna go there, right? I'm gonna go there, but it's gonna be through y'all. Any of y'all been? Just tell me about it. That's all you got. Just tell me about it. Cause I ain't going. That's one place where you, as you're approaching it, you speed up so you can drive past there fast, so nothing can even jump on your car and travel with you. I don't even want no spirits jumping on my car. No, absolutely not. Y'all crazy if y'all been there, and I know some of y'all have. So tell me about it. That's the only way I'm going.
Check this out right here, guys. This is Spring Valley, San Diego. And this is the tunnels, man. People actually freaking live down here. Seriously. Like, it's a whole nother city down here, man. Some freaking crazy I've seen down here, man. I'm telling you, some way out. You know, definitely some wicked, evil spirits in this place right here, man. No freaking joke. But yeah, my addiction took me to those depths, man. You know, I used to live there, and, you know, if water ever came, it would flood. It's so dangerous living down there, you know, because you can wake up, and if it rains, you're not doing good. All your belongings gone. But yeah, the tunnels.
It was absolutely still over there just a second ago. Whatever's happening is happening, but nobody knows what it is.
How many people know?
I think that's amazing.
You're just crazy.
You know, we're not. We are all seeing what we're seeing here. That is a thing that's flashing over there. You can see the reflection in the water. Look at the pulsating flashes. And this is a drone going to investigate what's going on. Right above the city here is a drone. And I swear it's going right over there to see this orb.
If you use a public bathroom, stop what you're doing and listen to this. You're gonna need to hear it. This pertains to men and women, but mainly women, and you're gonna see why. If y'all go to the bathroom and y'all have to use toilet paper, women especially, check your toilet paper. You're probably wondering, like, what do you mean check your toilet paper? Well, this is why. This right here is exactly what I'm talking about. This is from needle-using junkies going in the bathroom, taking that cover that's over it off, sticking their needles in there and cleaning their needles. Not all of them will look like this, not all of them will have little blood spots on it, but if you look in the toilet paper, there shouldn't be no pinholes or anything like that. Not all the times do their needles have blood on it, but if they do, you'll see the red marks, and if they have to stick their needle in there to clean it, you'd be able to tell.
Okay, ladies, now I get it. I get why y'all hold it and never use the bathroom until y'all get home. I get it now. I get it now. I used to think y'all was crazy. Y'all was actually smart. Y'all smart. It was us that was not thinking. I get it now. I get it now.
Mr. President, does it bother you that Elon Musk criticized a deal that you made publicly, that he said that he tweeted that?
No, it doesn't. He hates one of the people in the deal.
Have you spoken to him since then?
No, I've spoken to Elon, but I've spoken to all of them, actually. No, the people in the deal are very, very smart people. But Elon, one of the people he happens to hate, but I have certain hatreds of people, too.
Mr. President, does it
happen to hate some people, too. Why? Yo, man, I don't care who you voted for, man. This is about to be interesting for years, bro.
Ever since these California wildfires started, there has been something suspicious about them. I have not trusted them. And now they have another one breaking out near San Diego. And then I found this map online. Underground tunnels throughout Los Angeles and the surrounding areas planned by none other than Elon Musk and his boring company. Now, these are just proposed, right? But look where phase 1 is. Isn't that where... surely not.
Out in Southern California, 5 fires are actively burning near Los Angeles and San Diego. Firefighters are making slow progress with containment, and heavy rain is expected to help in the battle. However, the rain also brings new dangers. Parts of Los Angeles County are at a high risk for mudslides, and several warnings are in effect for those areas. And we're looking at some images coming out of San Diego, California on Friday, and it's just a horrible.
Like that whole snippet video just looked like it was something apocalyptic that you were looking at. Imagine walking out of your back door and seeing that, and then having to go back inside and try to make yourself go to sleep. I couldn't do it.
Horrific scene, to say the least. And so to see, again, the much needed rain for this region, it is a welcome sight, especially for residents and firefighters that have been working around the clock to get a handle on the flames. Our water vapor imagery, why we are showing this is because it does show this upper level low. And as you can clearly see, that counterclockwise rotation, notice right around that low, this is allowing us to have what we call onshore flow as opposed to offshore flow, which is what we have during a Santa Ana wind event. So the fact that we've got onshore flow helping to usher in much more in the way of moisture, this is what's helping to aid in the ongoing firefighting efforts. So notice from San Francisco down to Los Angeles, we are picking up on some rain, especially over the past few hours. So that's been a welcome sight. Even in the higher elevations like the Sierra Nevada mountains, that's where we're seeing that transition over to some snow. So our winter weather alerts, we've got a lot of them across the country, but a good majority of them are coming out of Southern California. Winter storm warning is in effect for Big Bear Lake as well as Palm Desert, Santa Clarita, Los Angeles. We're under a winter weather advisory, so some areas where we have not been under any sort of winter alert for quite some time, we actually are at this point. Our flood alerts, though, also notice this is the big issue. We're under a flood watch, and in fact, for much of Southern California. The reason being is that really since October, we've only picked up about ½ inch of rain, and that's what's led to the incredibly bone dry situation and air mass we've had in place, and why these fires have broken out and spread just incredibly quickly. The Hughes fire, the Eaton fire, the Palisades fire.
So now they got to worry about these mudslides now, bro. So it's like you jumping out of the frying pan into the fire now. It's like, man, bro, can't catch a break.
Eaton and Palisades fires, some of the most destructive in California history, those areas are going to be extremely susceptible to flash flooding because of recent burn scars. So the areas that are completely charred, there's no vegetation that's left over, those are the locations that are essentially going to act a lot more like concrete. So that water's going to hit it and it's going to rapidly run off. There's nowhere for that water to go and really to seep into the ground. So that flash flood threat, it is at a level 2 out of 4 for today and into tomorrow. So this is an enhanced risk. So Santa Clarita down to Los Angeles, those are the locations that are under the biggest threat for flash flooding. San Bernardino down to even Temecula, San Diego, and all the way up into Santa Barbara. Those areas we could also be dealing with flash flooding, but it's a level 1 out of 4 threat as opposed to level 2.
I see some serious flaws with this mass deportation thing. It was allegedly announced that what some were calling ICE agents entered into a school and potentially moved to deport some children. Now, I know later on the news outlets came back and said that this was not ICE agents, but the fact that school officials identified these people that allegedly showed their credentials as ICE agents is massively disturbing. Now, regardless of what side of the fence of the immigration policies that you rest on, I think we all sit right here in the middle. If you think about it, we're going to have serious economical ramifications from this. I don't believe that it is okay to pay people $6 to $9 to work in agricultural industries. But let's face the fact, you can simply Google and ask Google, what do a lot of these illegal immigrants make working on farms? Google will tell you they make as little as $6 per hour. So let's take that into perspective. If the price of groceries are what they are currently, and many people are making lifetime decisions inside of the grocery aisle, I can't help but to think, what do groceries cost if you eliminate millions of people that are working at $6 per hour, $9 per hour? Does that mean the price of an apple goes up to $10? The price of a banana, does that mean that it shoots up to $9? These are serious things that we need to take into consideration. And I'm not sure if your average citizen is taking these things into consideration. And I'm definitely not sure if the current administration is taking these things into consideration. But this much I do know. You need to move in the direction of self-sustainability, because I'm not very sure about the future of our country's food securities. I'm not very sure about your ability to be able to simply afford to be able to go to the grocery store if we're talking about eliminating this many workers. We all know this much. Americans are not going to work for $6 to $9 an hour, especially on a farm. But this much I will tell you that maybe you and I should do, is consider acquiring land and setting up a self-sustaining lifestyle to combat a lot of the issues that seem to be inherently heading to us like a speeding freight train.
I keep saying, we need a central location, and it needs to have a lot of land on it. We need people that know how to farm and do that. We need people in that area. We need people that are work. We need people to be able to pick. We need people to be able to, like, in all different phases of it, man. We need a central location, bro, because as I've been showing y'all, food is constantly going up, and it's scarce. A lot of people have been reporting back what their aisles look like and how bare they are. The grocery sections, where the meat is, like, people are stocking up. Like, my family members, because I call all y'all my family members, because when stuff goes down, I'm that family member that's gonna knock on the door and be like, man, I ain't seen you in a long time. I ain't seen you in a long time, bro. Glad to see you. Waiting on you to let me in, because I ain't got no food. But, you know what I'm saying? Nah, but seriously, on a serious note, though, we need to figure this thing out. Because even if it doesn't get as bad as we think it could get, we definitely know the prices are going up crazy right now, and a lot of people's salaries are not going up. So it's going to create a problem.
Promises made, promises kept, with President Trump taking immediate action on his top campaign focus, fighting illegal immigration. From coast to coast, ICE agents going city to city, sometimes door to door, tracking down the nearly 1.5 million undocumented set for deportation. And as ICE closes in on migrants, once vibrant Chicago neighborhoods are now turning into ghost towns. And tonight we are taking you to a neighborhood that has gone silent.
Look, I said from day one, no one's off the table.
The Trump administration setting out to execute what it has promised.
We arrested 1,300 people. Over 1,000 of them were criminals.
Immigration and customs enforcement operations reportedly underway in jurisdictions all across the nation. Federal agents have been spotted in many sanctuary cities carrying out these operations.
I hope the sanctuary cities come around.
The usually bustling and vibrant streets of this Hispanic neighborhood in Chicago sit relatively empty because of the concerns over ICE.
Welcome to Mezquite Restaurant, sir.
This little taqueria, like most in the Pilsen neighborhood, is owned and operated by immigrants. The Cruz family, who in 1994 made the long journey from Mexico City to Chicago to grow their little taco stand into a thriving restaurant.
We got tacos, we got breakfast, chilaquiles.
This American dream is one thousands of migrants are striving for when they cross the southern border. But the drastic shutdown of illegal immigration is a campaign promise the majority of American voters are expecting Donald Trump to make good on.
Honest to you, when he come back again, I was like, man, I feel scared.
President Trump, border czar Tom Homan, and the highest-ranking members of Immigration and Customs Enforcement say they're only targeting violent criminals during these initial deportations. News Nation has seen what these operations look like. I rode along and conducted early morning raids with ICE agents when they arrested men from Iraq and Belize, convicted criminals who spent prison time for robbery and gun charges.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a good guy. I pay my taxes. I do everything right. You know what's going to happen to me? They're going to grab me too. You know? They're not going to check right now.
We've seen examples of resistance throughout Hispanic neighborhoods, including these signs instructing immigrant men and women to push back and block federal agents from entering their homes. But the reality is, new polling shows 65% of Americans strongly support deporting immigrants convicted of violent crimes. That includes Horatio Aguilera, an Iraq War veteran and Mexican-American police officer. He voted for Trump and wants mass deportations of criminals to carry on as quickly as possible.
A lot of Hispanic Americans, there was also a rise that voted for Trump. I think 9 out of 10 people that are living here in America, Chicago, Illinois, are going to agree that if you're an illegal resident and you are arrested for committing a crime, prosecuted for committing a crime, and you are an illegal resident, you are subject to deportation.
The so-called mass deportations have not been carried out in Chicago like people once believed. But that hasn't stopped local and state leaders from sounding the alarm and strengthening local codes which reinforce the city's sanctuary status.
We should stand up for them. That is the right thing to do. But he's trying to tear things down.
Governor, what's your response to people who might say that Democrats are the one sowing chaos, confusion, and fear-mongering when talking about mass deportations that haven't even happened in Chicago?
What are you talking about? They are literally threatening people all across the country. How can you say that we're overreacting somehow? We're not.
The Trump administration is vowing to investigate and prosecute local and state officials who stand in the way of what the federal government is doing. Natasha?
Yeah, Alex, with that tonight, thank you.